Hi, how are you? My name is Gisele. I'm a hot wife. This means that I can have affairs with other men with the full knowledge and consent of my husband. Today I'm going to tell you the story about how was my carnival. Carnival here in Brazil happens in the end of February or beginning of March. And I had a date here during my carnival. For 5 days I had a guy here with me. He was English and it was so enjoyable, and I'm going to tell you everything about it. My husband went to Japan for vacations. He wanted to go to Japan for a long time, and it was his birthday. For his birthday gift, he went to Japan, and he was going to stay in Japan for 10 days. And the dates coincided with the carnival here in Brazil. And carnival is a big party, and is a big holiday, and lots of tourists come here to Brazil. But the problem with carnival is that people are very in the party mood, Brazilians and tourists as well. So I was not very in the, how can I explain this, in the mood, in the vibe of finding someone. Because during carnival, people are very in the mood to, like, I'm going to kiss 20 different guys or 20 different girls in one day, and I'm going to have sex with 3 different persons in one day. And I don't really like that. I am more of a type of a person that I like the connection, have a connection and spend time with the person I'm with. So maybe this makes no sense for you that do not understand the concept of open relationships, or maybe that understands the concept of open relationships, or understand more the concept of swinging, that thinks that is just sex and that's it. But for me, I'm not interested in just sex. For me, just sex is nothing. If I wanted just sex, I could be a hooker and I could earn money just having sex with other people. That's not what I'm looking for. If I wanted just sex, I could go to swing parties and that's it. That's not what I'm looking for. I could go to orgies, and I don't want that. What I want is to spend time with people that I find interesting, that I find funny, that I find nice. And yeah, spending time with them is to go to bars, go to restaurants, go to nightclubs, go to beach clubs, go to the beach, and also have sex in between, have a laugh, joke, do a massage, receive a massage. I don't know, just spend time together like a couple, but without attachments. This is very involved in the hookup culture. Like, you can do everything that a couple would do, but without the expectation of having a relationship. So you have a good time like a normal couple would do, but without the expectation, without this wish of having a relationship. And this is what I like. I like spending time with people without this, like the early stages of a relationship, without being a relationship, you know? It is very nice to have this with multiple people, but without having the commitment, you know, because I am already committed. I already have a husband and we live in a good relationship already. Here I was in my house scrolling through Tinder, and I see this guy less than 1 kilometer away from me, and I was like, wow! He had a picture, like a shirtless picture. Imagine blonde, handsome, six-pack, muscular. He was like the perfect guy for me. Exactly what I like. Not too tall, because I don't like tall guys. Like, smile, beautiful smile. I super liked him, and after some hours, some minutes, I don't even remember, he liked me back. We go back and forth a little bit, and at first I was a little bit skeptical, because we started talking about sexual things very fast. Because I explained to him that I'm married and everything that comes with it. And I think our conversation went to a path that was very sexual, very fast. And I thought that maybe he was too much of a fuckboy. And I was like, maybe I'm not enjoying this conversation a lot. But I also recognize that I put myself in this situation. So maybe go see him in person and see if he is this fuckboy or not. It was the first day of my period on this day. And it was not a lie, it was true. So I was like, well, I'm here doing nothing. My husband is not here. My husband is in Japan. And I was alone here doing nothing, just working, like bored. First day of my period, and I said, I was honest to this guy. I said, look, you are here alone. I am here alone. But I got my period. If you want to have a good time and want me to show you the places, I can show you, but we can't do anything. He said, oh, okay, let's go, let's do it. So this was the first sign that he was like a nice guy, because even though I got my period, he was like, okay, let's enjoy together. Let's have a good time together. So I was like, good. I like him. I like him. We went to this restaurant that I always go, that they have very nice drinks, very nice food, and that the sunset is very good as well. And it was a very cool afternoon with him. And when the sun was finally setting, I pulled him, said, hey, come here to watch the sunset, and I kissed him. I do this with all my dates, not exactly the sunset, but I take the initiative to kiss them. Why? Just because I don't like to wait for them to do it. I don't like to wait for the guys. If I like you, I am going to kiss you, don't worry. Then we sat again, and I said, come here. I went to his ear and I said, look, I said that I got my period today, but I have a little secret. I can put a device inside there that can make it stop. So what do you think about me showing you around a little bit, showing you the city a little bit? We go have an ice cream and then we go back to your place. And he was like, for me, we go back to my place right now. And I was like, okay, but I would like to go see the city a little bit and show you around. He was like, no, okay, okay. We went downtown. I showed him the city a little bit. And we were close to a pier. And he was like, are your boobs real? And I was like, no, they are not real, but they feel real. But if you squeeze them very, very hard, you can like feel that they are not real. He said, let me check. Let me show you. He went like behind me. He put his hands like this when we were facing the ocean, and he squeezed them very, very hard. And he was like, no, I can't feel it. I can't feel. But there was a couple like right beside us, like 5 meters from us. And when I looked to the side, they were like looking like this. And I was like, okay. The couple, they are looking. So this was like the vibe of the date. It was very nice. We went through some stores. It was very cool. It's time to go back to your place. I asked him where his house was. 3 blocks from my house. So I said, look, I am going to my place just to take a shower and to grab some essentials, like a lingerie, lube, things like that. And then I will meet you at your place. Is that okay? So I got a lingerie. I think I have it here. Let me check. Yeah, it is here. So it's this one that goes over here, like to the legs, but it is completely open. And this one on the top, wait. That is also completely open. So I got this because I knew he was going to like it. And that's it. I arrived to his place. We kissed. And in the beginning, I was like, it's a little bit uncertain. Like the first sex is always a little bit I won't say weird, but you are uncertain about the person. So we were kissing, and his kiss is very good. And touching, and I don't know, it just felt right. I just took my clothes off and I said, okay, now I have to put my device because my period. I went to the bathroom, I put my device on and I put this on. And when I came out of the bathroom, he was like, oh my God. Oh my God. We did it. And he said that my head abilities were very, very good. Some guys, they say that it's the best that they've ever had. I don't know if they are lying, if they are telling the truth, but all the guys say, wow, it is very, very good. It is like you really have the skills. I also don't know if they are lying or if they are trying to make me happy, but I think it is true because I can make them finish pretty easily doing it. So yeah, I think it's good. The technique is good. So I was doing it, and then we went full in, and he finished here, and I have some pictures. It was very nice. And also we took a picture after, and I was actually wearing this. You can see. And here's the picture. And it was very, very nice. After that, I said goodbye and I went home to sleep. It was like 3 a.m. The other day I woke up, I was not feeling very well, probably because of the period, and I had many things to do, take my cat to the vet, things like that. So I said to him, look, I'm not feeling very great today. Probably it's not gonna happen today. But during the night, I started feeling better. So I texted him saying, look, can I go to your place like for just 30 minutes for a quick sex? What do you think? And he said, yeah, you can come in. So think about, for 5 days, we were having this light, fun, nice interaction between us, that we were going to the beach and then we were having sex and we were enjoying together. It was light, it was fun, it was like we were enjoying like a couple, but without the pressure of having responsibilities with each other. It is really like hooking up, but with the nice part of having someone by your side that you can cuddle and you can talk and you can share your life in a good way. And then for 5 days we did all of this. We went on dates, for dinner, more sex, and nightclubs and more sex. We visited friends and then more sex. And then he had to leave because he had to go back to his country for work. And that was it. That was the end of it, unfortunately. Am I going to see him again? Probably not. Even though I wanted to, because he's a very nice person. Probably I'm not going to see him again because he travels a lot for work. And it's going to be difficult to catch him somewhere. Even if I travel to Europe, probably he's going to be working, traveling somewhere, and he's not going to be available to be with me. And a good guy like him, probably he will be in a relationship very soon. So he's not going to be available for me, let's be honest. But that's okay. I enjoyed while he was here. It was very nice. And yeah, the sex was very good. It was like 10 out of 10. And one thing about this, guys, his tool, let's say like this, was average size. Okay, it was not huge like you guys may think. It was not small, it was average, but it was so good because he knew how to use it. So this is important because it really made me some things about size. Size, maybe not always is everything. In the last video I talked about the Nigerian guy that had a big one but didn't have attitude. So it was like a good sex. It was 10 out of 10. But it would be awesome if he had more attitude. And this guy from the carnival, he was also a 10 out of 10. It was great. He was average sized, but he had lots of attitude. What do you mean by lots of attitude? He called me a good girl all the time. He knew how to control me. He was grabbing my hair all the time. He was putting my head down all the time. He was, you know, he was doing things that made me submissive, that showed me all the time that he was in control of the situation. And I like this very much. Having the correct attitude is as important as size, but having size and the correct attitude is the perfect combination. So guys, that's it. That was the story about my English carnival date. That was very good, but now it's over, unfortunately. And I probably won't see him again, even though I wish. But any girl that ends up being in a relationship with him or hooking up with him in the future is a very fortunate girl. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video and see you next time. Bye.